Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Everquest Old School. And on this episode, I am here with...
Boom, the Barbarian!
And you're level 15 still, right?
Yep, level 15, yep.
And he's playing his warrior?
Yeah, one blue bubble in, yep.
And I'm playing my level 13 Shaman. And we are over in, what zone is this? This is South Karana's. Ooh, Majin. Let me go ahead and toss him a so... No, he's gonna zone. I love tossing people so's. If you guys ever see me, you don't even need to hail. Just stand in front of me for half a second, and I will grab it and do it as soon as possible. Now, we are going to come out here and look at the Avox Spires. This is one of my favorite spots as a low-level Shadow Knight. As my Shadow Knight, I have to admit that I explored so much more than I did with any of my other characters. My Shadow Knight wasn't wanted very much in groups at the time, and because the game is so new to me, when I first started, I wanted to see it all. I wanted to go to new zones and see what they had to offer, because that was the way that you got really good stuff in like D&D games, is to explore. And oh, look at that guy, he's red.
He's dubious too. Are we getting bad faction?
I don't know if you. Oh, one of them's even. The one over there underneath the little pillar. The one running is even. There are some people over here.
Oh yeah, I hope we're not breaking a camp, dude. Make sure we're not, dude.
No. I mean, he's just sitting there. Or he's just standing there. He's so high, they're not even worrying about him. Oh no, he's killing one of them. What's he killing? Ooh, he may be pulling from the top, maybe. I don't know. But as you can see, each one of these little platforms has a little place that you can sit. And if you go all the way to the very top platform, there's like 6 or 7 of those guys in there. And that's where one group would be. Each one of these other little platforms used to have an entire group of its own sitting there pulling to it and around it. If you want to try one of the even ones, you're welcome to. Where did you go?
Yeah, I'm over here killing this thing. This Aviac.
Oh, as long as you're not messing with the centaurs, because I ain't healing you.
Oh, he's red, man.
Remember, if you're in a group and somebody does something that you don't like, whether it's like a Shadow Knight or something, they attack a creature, as long as you do not give them any buffs, any heals, any assistance whatsoever during the fight, you will not get a faction hit for it. You will still get experience because you're in the group, but you will not get a faction hit for it. So in situations like that, with my Shadow Knight, I actually had it before. What'd you get?
Am I not splitting money with you? Okay, now I am.
I always turn that off. Splitting, splitting money at this level just gives people more copper, and nobody wants more copper. I don't know anybody.
Okay, there's another pool over there. Let's make sure we're not.
No, he's not.
I'm gonna go over there. Okay, we're not breaking their camp.
I don't think so. They're red.
They're red to us, so they don't need egress anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wait, he might be doing something there. He might be pulling that. Is he gonna pull it?
I guess they don't want us pulling their mobs.
What level are they? Let's check that out. He is level 20 Bard. Why is he even killing these things at level 20? Like, they're even to me at level 13. So at level 20, he's killing creatures that are 7 level low. I mean, they're so low level, they're not attacking him. Like, he's standing right in front of it, so...
I mean, I don't want to...
I mean, we're not stepping on his toes. Is he? He's not.
Yeah, he's killing it. He's killing it.
I don't see him even attacking it. Oh, there he goes, yeah. That's weird.
So,
like,
I guess I think we're breaking their camp, and all we want is the grits. So maybe we should just send them a tell and say, hey, we're just low level. We just want to kill the egrets. You guys aren't getting experience from them anyway.
Nah, so. I mean, we'll come back to this, because it does seem like there's people here, and some of these are pretty high level. And as I said before, if we go back out this other zone, where is it at? This way? Watch out, that guy is dubious, and he's red. I believe it's this way. I should put my sew back on. Did you run out of yours yet?
No, mine's good. I did run out of feet like cat, though. My agility or dexterity buff.
I'll definitely give you that then when we get to the other side. But was it this way? Oh man, it's been so long. I think it's this way. Yeah, there it is. We're trying to get to the zone entrance.
Oh, that one we just came out of?
Yeah, so we can go back and try that area back out again. Because if we can get back in there, there's the Blue Flame camp, and hopefully nobody's in it. And if there are, maybe they're looking for extra 2 people, because I remember sitting there for a very, very long time before I came over to this camp. So I'm pretty sure if we can get over there, that would be the area that we should be hunting in right now. At least I'm hoping that's the case. Like I said, it's been a very, very long time. And some zones I remember incredibly well, while other zones I only remember pieces of it. And that has to do with the fact that, like I said, my Shadow Knight went there, maybe fought there for a little while, but never really got into any groups in certain areas. So his understanding or his information on a certain zone is very one-sided on like just how to get through it without getting attacked. Which is usually what it is with the Shadow Knight. But as I was saying before with my Shadow Knight, there'd be times in groups where I'd get attacked by something because I'm a Dark Elf, and everybody in the group would literally let me die, or they would say, you have to finish it off yourself, because they didn't want the faction hit. And that's perfectly fine. That's one of the things you have to deal with. Now, if you want to just pull the other creatures and leave that one guy alone for now, we can kind of move out there and check out that island. And if the island is camped, then we can come back here, because this does seem like a pretty good spot to camp. And I don't think that Embalmer drops any loot of any kind, but let's go ahead and sit down. Now, you said you needed feels like cat?
Yeah.
Or feet like cat?
Please. Yeah. And my Spirit of the Wolf's got 13 minutes on it, so.
Oh, you're fine on that one, then. Oh, you're kicking the crap out of these guys, man. We need to get you...
these guys are green to me. Oh.
We need to get you some really good one-handed weapons, because you have one really good one and one that's really good for my class, but not necessarily for yours. Like, that one is probably average.
I like your little club, man. It's got 8 damage plus 3 to strength, which I love. And it's got 20 delay, so it's really quick. It may not be the best damaging weapon, but the fact that it's quick is going to allow me to do lots of damage with it. So
let's see, Barbarian. Oh, so what kind of legs do you have on right now?
What kind of legs do I have on?
Yeah, there's rawhide leggings. Oh, come loot these things. They have 5 AC on them. Rawhide leggings.
Oh yeah, look at that. Now look, check it out, guys. It changed my kilt to leather.
Yep. So there you go.
Nice.
We might be able to get you a full leather outfit here. We both need some sleeves and things of that sort. So maybe. Oh, I think you're still going to be fine.
Now, what is that knoll over there next to the yellow guy? What is he calling to you?
What is he calling to me? Let me see. He is green.
I wonder if I could body. You think I could body pull him without pulling the embalmer?
I doubt it. I mean, you probably could if the pet wasn't there, but the pet's like right in between both of them, and the paving over here is not exactly the best in the world. So when you pull him, he may like run directly for the other guy. The best thing you could do, I think, in a situation like that is to kill off the knoll real quickly. And like I was telling Thune here, one of the tactics you can use if you ever have a pull like that you're just having trouble like breaking is to kill off the low-level guy real quick, zone it, break the encounter, come back in, heal up, get ready to fight, and that way you're just fighting one guy at a time. You can kill off the low-level guy rather quickly. Killing off the high-level guy is the problem. And when you're fighting him by himself, you could probably do it, but it's just that extra little something that low-level guy brings to the table that really sometimes stops you from being able to complete that fight. You know, just getting you down to like 10%.
Oh boy! You ready to run?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, keep killing him. Kill him, and once you kill him, we'll zone it.
Well, we're not gonna get an experience off that guy, so let's just try and kill this guy again, because we got him by himself.
Okay, I guess you can try. I'm not really at full power, so this is probably not gonna work. But
I mean, the little green guy.
Oh, you got another one. Zone it. Zone it.
All right.
But yeah, if you have a low-level guy,
we can take that guy. We can take the yellow guy
if we get him by himself.
If we get him by himself. So.
But if you have a low-level guy that runs away like that and keeps running by a mob that you're having difficulty with, the best thing you can possibly do, at least in my opinion, is to finish off that low-level guy so that when you come back in, you don't have to deal with him again. Like now, we have to go back and we'll have to kill him again, and he's going to walk off all over again and get attacked, and then the whole thing just spirals out of control.
If I would have saved my bash, I could have stunned him and I could have killed him in a couple more hits, and he wouldn't have done that. But I used my bash on too soon. So next time I'll remember that he's going to walk. I wish we had snare. If we had snare, we'd never have to worry about that.
I probably do have snare, but like I said, I couldn't find those spells. They actually sell them over in like Rob or whatever, and they didn't sell them over in Hollis. So I'm actually missing like 6 of my spells at level 14, or what was it, level 9 or something like that. No, I have all my level 14 spells. I just not level 14 yet. Almost level 14, and I get like Burst of Strength and Disempower and Enduring Breath, Levitate, Root. Root will definitely come in handy. Spirit Strike. Some really, really nice stuff. Spirit of the Snake. I'm not sure what that is. Turtle skin. I'm sure that's just a buff. But I'm going to get some really, really good stuff in a little bit less than a bubble and a quarter. I mean, it's really not that far away. It shouldn't take us too long.
I mean, we're getting experience from most of our kills. The AVX, if I'm not mistaken, they're always camped because they're really good experience. So we'll have to come back and, you know, come back here or stay here until we level up and kill the AVX, because I remember them. A lot of people want to. It's camped today, and Velas is out. So
I think they drop pearls or something, if I remember right. I mean, it's not the greatest experience in the world, but it is kind of all in one area, and that's kind of rare to find a decent size or even a giant size camp, which you could probably consider that a giant size camp. Because if you were used to fighting like bandits out in the middle of nowhere, you get like 5 or 6 bandits. If you were lucky, you find a camp that we found that had 2 bandit camps right next to each other. But even that, when we had a full group, couldn't keep up. Like the spawn rate was just too slow. And so having a giant camp like that with just so many mobs, that when you have a really good group, never really has to worry about running out of stuff. And that's pretty rare to find that outside of a dungeon. Dungeons are those places that groups can really shine and just get tons and tons of experience, plus the bonus experience for being in a dungeon. And to find one really far out in the zone that has a lot of people who solo, that people can take advantage of that, is really cool. And then, of course, I think, like I said, they drop pearls or something that makes it where the money is really, really good. Now, did you hunt here when you were playing the game?
Oh yeah. This was a big spot for my cleric to come. He used to come here a lot.
Hold on one second, guy.
You know what I'm saying?
So you were saying you actually hunted there, right?
Yeah, my cleric, Dark Elf Cleric, my first character, my main character. My guild would actually come here as a unit. We would come here and group, because when we first started off, we only had like 20 or 30 people. So we do everything. I remember we would raid zones in Kunark that weren't really raid zones, but we worked on our raiding. A couple of guys, a couple of the leaders of the guild knew that we needed to work on our teamwork and all this stuff. So they would take us to, like, I think the first raid we went on was this Burn Eye cave in, or a goblin cave over in Kunark. And and I don't think it was that tough, but it had a lot of traps and it had a lot of pits and stuff to fall through. So basically they just took us over there and they taught us to raid. They taught us how to bond as a guild and to, you know, so we could take on the heavier stuff.
Right, and that's one of the things you kind of have to do if you're going to be an officer or a leader of any kind of a guild, is you have to be able to take your guys out. First of all, see if they're willing to actually come to you in a situation like that, form a group, because a lot of people will join a guild and never ever group with you. And so you need to figure out how many people are willing to group with you. And then second, you need to get a good idea of what their skill level is. And you can do that in certain zones. If you want to go ahead and zone in, I mean, there's a lot of mobs over here we can kill very easily and not have to have full power, so.
You got it, brother. I'm coming in. I was just making some arrows.
Nah, that's alright. I mean, if you want to make arrows, that's fine. I was just saying that the mobs over here, they spawn pretty quickly, and if you don't keep killing them, I don't think we'll ever work our way out. So once you have like a little head start, and of course you can always run by these guys if you're running into the zone. You can just run right by them. Hope you don't get rooted. Hope you don't die before you can get here. Of course, you can run up the walls as well to a certain extent. You can even kind of fall down in here. Of course, there is a max limit to the roof-wise, and so you'll get into a situation. Why is it getting louder and louder?
Now, what about the water? Is there any big guys in the water?
I don't remember anything.
That's the lake, I guess. It's getting loud on my screen too.
Yeah, I don't remember anything in the water that was that dangerous, to be honest. I don't remember ever having died in the water or spending that much time in the water, other than the fact that my swimming sucked at this level, and my swimming on this character really, really sucks at this level. And so it's going to take you a while to swim across it, just for that reason alone. I don't know, maybe I'm getting some feedback because I hear some like humming coming from your side.
Really?
Just a little bit there. Oh, okay, it's kind of going away. Ah, he's running from you, man. Kill him. 17%.
See there, I slammed him. Yeah, I slammed him.
Now
so
slam.
Yeah, I was able to do some damage to him and slow him down. So there we go.
And I would help you out, but I don't have a weapon, so I'll hit him with my bare feet.
You want your weapon back, bro?
You're doing a lot better with it than I would. And this guy drops some bread, a loaf of bread, and 2 gold and 4 copper. That's pretty good gold, or good price. These are the first guys that we've actually found that are dropping gold. I hadn't seen that on any of the other ones.
Yeah, they are dropping gold. That's awesome. I got 3 gold off the first one I killed.
Wow, that's not bad. Not at this level anyways. That higher level, you might be looking at that and being like, oh, that's not worth it. But at this level, 3 gold is pretty good. And we got a shaman in there?
Yeah, I'm killing
so
him first, yeah.
you always want to kill the healers first, guys. I know it sounds horrible coming from a cleric to kill the healers first, but believe me, the last thing you want to do is sit there and work down a warrior who's the guard is a warrior.
Now, I learned that before I even started playing any kind of games, any kind of MMOs, guys, because I started playing Dungeons and Dragons before I started playing video games. And, you know, we would fight dark elves, we would fight goblins and orcs and stuff like that, and the shamans would heal. And so they would heal their orcs up just like our cleric would heal, you know, us up. So you always make sure to kill the healer first. Sometimes maybe even kill the wizard first.
And I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Kill the magic user first, because they're going to do the most damage, or they're going to keep their warriors alive so they can out-damage you. So.
Yeah, it really depends on the situation. Those wizards, man, oh my god. Some of them, they can hit you like twice and you're dead. That's it. So if you don't kill those guys first, that's the end of your group. It's just rough otherwise. He's going to walk into it. I'm only at 35%. If he walks into it, just kill him and then zone it.
Oh god! Okay.
Yeah, keep killing him and then zone it.
Okay. Alright.
Did you get him?
Go. Yeah, I got him. Wait, did you zone?
No,
Don't
not
zone
yet. Don't zone yet?
I'm gonna try and kill this guy. I'm at 60%.
I'm only at 40%. I don't have enough power. You get hurt way too fast taking that guy on. I wouldn't do it. It's just a waste of power and health right now.
Alright. Run it out then.
Well, that guy's red. He shouldn't have a problem taking on those guys. And if you zone it fast enough, they won't follow you too closely. How's your Spirit of the Wolf, by the way?
Oh god, oh god. Oh, it's off. Oh no, it's off. Oh, sweet lord.
Are you going to make it? I hope you make it, because that's a long way back otherwise. Because we do not have Bind Wound right now.
Yeah, we don't have Bind.
And even if I have Bind Wound, that just allows me to bind myself, not you. Because for those people who don't get Bind Wound themselves, they have to be bound inside of a town. And that's another thing as like a Shadow Knight or a Warrior or a Paladin. A lot of the time, they'll stick really close.
You mean Bind Affinity, right? Not Bind Wound.
Yeah, Bind Affinity, that's right,
okay,
sorry.
all right.
Yeah, so if you can't bind yourself, you need to be bound inside of a town. Some zones, the entire zone counts as a town, like Jife is that way, Great of Fadar. But other zones, not that way. And you'll see a lot of tanks, they will favor certain areas above others, simply because they don't have to run 40 minutes to get back to their corpse if they die, because there's a town like one zone over. Where other like casters and clerics and people who can bind themselves will not really worry that. Are you poisoned? Because it looks like you're...
Yeah, that dot. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, let me heal you.
Oh, Heart Flutter. What is Heart Flutter?
It's Necromancer. Yeah, it's or Necromancer or Shadow Knight.
No wonder he's killing me so fast, because he's got these evil dots, dude.
Yeah, they're pretty wicked.
Okay, it's gone. It's gone.
Okay. That's another thing, guys. You can make the fight. You can survive the fight and zone over to another zone and still die from their dots, from the poison and all that stuff. I've done that many times before. It sucks. He's like, you just like, oh, I survived. And you sit down. Yeah, and he was still binding him or bind wounding himself, and he was still losing life. One of those things, guys. If you are in a group and for whatever reason somebody gets trained and the whole group zones out, and you have poison on you and you're getting really close to dying, and the cleric's not healing you or the healer's not healing you, let them know that you're about to die. They may just be holding on to that power because they think you're safe, and they only have just a small smidget left, and it's not enough for a complete heal, but it's enough for like a small heal of some sort. If you just let them know that you're about to die, they'll give you whatever little amount of power they have in the form of a heal, and that might be just enough to save your life. Far, far easier to do that than it is to die and have them res you. That takes forever, and you don't get all your experience back, and you have that res death afterwards, and it just takes so much more time. So do not be afraid to ask for things. Just don't be overly demanding for it. Don't join a group and the first words out of your mouth before you even say hello Or can I get clarity, so, strength, blah, 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 blah. I mean, yeah, you're going to get that stuff, and if you don't get it within the first, 2 or 3 minutes, then you can ask for it. But chances are the reason you're not getting it right away, even in the first 2 or 3 minutes, is because you joined the group in the middle of them fighting, and they just may not have the power to spare. In the case of my healer or my cleric, a lot of the time, if you're doing the healing job, and that's your main job, and you don't have another one in there to back you up, if the tank is not good enough, a lot of the time...
Both are costly, guys. Both are costly.
Yeah.
They cost a lot of mana. They really do.
Yeah, and so if the tank's not good enough, all of your power may be going towards just keeping the guy alive. And you just don't have any to spare for buffs. And so it's not just the guy being lazy. A lot of the time it is the guy being lazy, but some of the time it's just that he just does not have the power to spare. He just cannot...
Chris, what's the thing you hate most about healing in groups? I know what my pet peeve is when more than one person is taking aggro. When you have 2 or 3 people in the group who are getting hurt and taking aggro and not working together to let the mob tank, it's a cleric's nightmare, because you're using all this mana to heal people who really shouldn't be taking any damage at all. And if they would work as a group and as a unit, they wouldn't be taking damage. So that, guys, if you're out there, assist your tank. If you're a wizard, if you're a caster, wait until the tank has done 30 to 40% of the mob's health and damage before you start casting these big, huge nukes. They're going to do another 40% in one cast, because you're going to draw aggro, and that's going to make my life hell. So don't do it.
I don't know. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal at later levels, because at like level 40 or 50, if you're a wizard and you're still stealing aggro, you're going to die in like 2 hits, and even if I want to keep you alive, I'm not going to get to you in time. You're just going to die that quickly.
You're going to die before I can even click on my freaking spell.
You're going to die before I can even stand up. Like, I have my finger on the key to stand up, and you're going to die that quickly that my brain can't even register that you're getting hit, and then push a button.
Yeah, you're going to try and blame us for not healing you when we had no chance to heal you.
I never really got the blame for that. I never... if somebody did something like that, I would be like, sorry, man, you got to work on your aggro stuff, because if you die that quickly, I don't think anybody in the group's going to be like, yeah, you should have healed them in time. Like, that's not possible. They realize that it's not possible. And first of all, and second of all, and third of all, if you're a wizard and you're getting aggro, you're doing something wrong, period. That's the end of the story, because you're not supposed to be getting aggro at that point. And I hate to say it, like, in those, final, like, end of the conversation point, but if anybody other than the tank is stealing aggro, then you're doing something wrong, or the tank is just not good enough, and you might pull that guy further back down the hall.
Oh yeah, I was one step ahead of you, brother. I'm not gonna let them aggro anymore.
But yeah, I mean, that doesn't really bother me too much. I don't mind spending a little bit of power on the other players if I have the power to spare. And usually if you got a really good tank, you have plenty of power to spare. But the thing that kind of ticks me off more than anything else are just people who are very, very adamant that they want a certain buff when they don't need it. What is that really loud noise coming on your side?
Huh? Nothing. Everything's quiet here, bro.
Okay.
Wait, what does it sound like?
Nah, it's gone now that you're talking, but it kind of like builds up like this static or something like that.
It might be my headphones, man, but I can't take them out because, there's too much feedback. But we'll have to figure that out later. I'm hope it's not something serious.
But no, you were saying on the buffs?
What was I saying?
You know how they you have people who are just so insistent that they want a certain buff.
Like a wizard wanting a symbol.
Oh my god,
a symbol, man. There's no reason for you to have a symbol buff.
There is.
That's for the tanks only. No, it's not really.
There is, a technical reason for you getting that, because you have so few hit points that you like that little buffer to be able to have that, so you don't always have to worry about dying right off the bat. But the fact remains that if you're a wizard, you should not ever be taking aggro, so you should never need that symbol. Right. And if it was just power-wise, I'd be like, that's bad enough. But symbols actually require a gem, and that's money out of the cleric's pocket, because he has to pay for that. Usually the group doesn't.
I'm not a twink. I can't afford it. I'm not a twink, guys. If I was a twink, I would gladly give everybody in the group a symbol buff. Probably once, at least once. But really, I save my symbol buffs for the tank. Yeah, that's the only person I ever consider buffing with the symbol.
And before you guys think that I'm greedy or anything like that, I don't even give it to myself. You know, like,
Oh God.
I'll give it to the tank, and I'll give it to maybe the off tank or something like that, or somebody who's doing something really stupid all the time and stealing aggro. And I hate even to say stupid stuff because, you know, people make mistakes, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But when you have somebody in there who's insistent that they're a warrior wizard or a warrior, you know, rogue, and yeah, I can take the hits just as well as anybody else, and in fact, let me prove it. And then at the end of the group, they're all like, you saw how good I was taking the hits? And I'm like, no, did you see how much power you made me go through versus how much I would have gone through if it was just left up to the tank? They don't see that part, and so a lot of the time, they actually get this false sense of, like, you know, I don't know what the word would be, like confidence almost, that they're able to do something that they're not actually able to do, and the only reason they were able to do it is because the rest of the group was working overtime to make sure that they didn't die. And I don't know, that drives me crazy. You don't really see that too often, and I try not to be in groups with people like that just because it causes a lot more stress at the job of what you're doing than it otherwise should, and it makes things just more difficult. And it also throws in a hint of danger because you're just never quite sure when things go bad, is he or are they going to do something stupid again, and you're already pretty low on your power to boot because of all the constant healing of a wizard over and over and over again because he's insist on tanking. And I've even seen it go so bad as people will remove you from the group because of it. Like, anybody who's ever played other classes can actually watch other players and see what's going on, and there's quite a few people out there who may not have clerics or healers themselves, but they understand the rules of the class. And because, yeah, so there's that noise there in the background. We'll have to figure that out. But I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode here, guys. And at some point in the next episode, we're going to go across the river, or across the ocean, lake, whatever you want to call it, and see if we can find that tower of blue flames, because I think that's going to be really, really good experience for us. And I should go ahead and heal you up because you're about to die otherwise. Now, I'm only at 14%, so I may have one other heals, and then I'm out right now. So if you need to zone it, zone it.
I think we got this, man. These guys are green, but they're hitting really hard. And the casters are they're using poison, and that's where my health is going.
But again, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. So if you do enjoy these videos, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Also, make sure to leave those comments down below because we do love hearing back from you. We have been reading all your comments. I do try to reply to every single one of them. If I do miss it, just post it again, guys, because I have been getting so many more comments lately. It's been fantastic. The channel's been growing so quickly, and we've had some issues here and there. So if I didn't get to your comment and it was something that you really wanted me to reply to, post it again, and I definitely will do that. So again, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.